Today we'll be in deployment. First, change the name into my server, and then change the image and shape, which will be used based on your preferences, and I'll be using the canonical Ubuntu, and it's free. And then change the shape, which I'll be using the virtual machine one because it's free, and I'll select the Intel, and then I pick the first one, which is also free to use. And then download the SH keys, which is the safe private key, and then the public key, which will be found in our download file later on. This will be needed to access the Ubuntu later on. Okay, then select the boot volume, which is specify it with 100 gigabyte volume size, and untick the use in transit encryption, and then we create our server. Meanwhile, waiting for the server turn to green, which will be ready. It's still saying 15% complete. And then, okay, the most important in this is we need to copy the public IP address that can be found in this, which is 168.138.1.803. And then open up PuTTY, paste our public IP that we copy just now, and paste on it. First, we need to turn off our Unizawa Wi-Fi because it's blocked our port 22. Now we connect it back to my own data. Okay, now we paste the IP address, port 22, and then we open and just accept it and log in as Ubuntu. It can be accessed because we didn't select the the key. So now we go to PuTTYGen and convert the key and generate the key. Import key and select the key we download and make sure it into ppk file version 2, and then click OK and save private key and save as my server new key will be found in the download file. And yep, open PuTTY, paste our IP and browse our my server new ppk at authentication and log in back as Ubuntu, and we can access it. Okay, right now we need to add user, which is 54F54659, and sudo, so we need to be in root most importantly, and save password, just enter, and yes, and we have added actually. And then user mode to access as the user, and then we restart it back still using the authentication key and try to log in as new user that we add just now. We still need to access its Ubuntu though, So now we need to enter nano SSH HD, which will be the user. Yeah. Go down below and match the user that we create and select password authentication, yes. Keyboard interactive authentication, yes. For it, allow to we manage it as the user we created. And now we done it. Service SSH restart. Of course, we need to always restart our so it can be generated. Now we log in as the new user and we done it. Okay, now we are already in our user. Then update our Ubuntu and install the Apache 2. And install our PHP version, which is 7.4, which will be needed for our website later on. And then service status Apache, we need to check either it's running or not. Yes, so the status is active and running. And then select copy paste our public IP and the Chrome, and then choose the subnet. In this subnet, we need to edit port, which is ingress rule, and then egress rule. In this, we need to in my already have port 80 and 443. Or the source at CRGR need to be 000/0, so and port 80 and add ingress rules like all, just everything you need. Yep, now I haven't, I just remove the existing and select it or not. You'll be doing the same thing for the egress rule, which is added the 80 averages because I have already mine there, so I don't need to do the same thing, and I'm done with it. This is example how you edit 443 part. And then refresh the public IP on the Chrome, and as usual goes to nano IP tables rule since it's not working. And then we just leave out the filter input accept, forward accept, output accept, and instances services. Everything is the I-A input is gonna be in command because we are not going to delete. I will prefer command it. It might need it in the future, I don't know. And left the commit as it is. Goes back up and uncomment the filter input, forward, output, and instant services, and you're done for this. And save and exit, and restart again and refresh. Now you're done with it, and it's mean it's worked. Alright, next. Goes to var www and list out, and it's going to have the HTML file or directory, and goes to it, and we'll find the index HTML, and remove it, and you're going to see that index off, and create a new one index, and welcome to Fatina2 server. Save it and exit, and then we refresh, and there you go, it's done. And when you list out in the directory, it's gonna get to index.php, and it's work, but it's not secure yet. And I'm going to use find my old domain name that I've been registered before, and right now since I forgot, and I'll show it later on. I'll try a lot of domain by using GitHub student developer pack, and there's a lot of option actually, and most of it are needed to be paid, and I just use mine, which is free for student. This is one option that you can try as a student. She is all need to be paid, and I tried Namecheap also, and yeah, there is a lot of problem here since our university are not in the US, UK, or Canada, or Australia. It can be accessed, and I have a hard time in this. So cause alright, I just okay, here I found my old domain, and I just redirect it to my IP. Select the A, put our host domain name, and the answer, just put your IP address and add the record, and you're done, and you already redirect it. Since you already directed, so whenever you when you search it, you already redirect to your link actually. And then for that to happen, okay, try it, and you're done, but it's still not secure actually, and you don't need to use your IP anymore, just use your domain. And then start sudo a2 mode SSL to make it secure. We need to secure our website, and goes to exit the directory of var www.html, and enter goes back, and enter the aperture size enable, and the 00 default configuration is usually the HTTP, not the secure one. And then create a new one, nano, and enter the nano 00 default configuration. Oh, here is try and error. Then we restart the aperture. Go to sites available, enter into it, and there we go. You found the default SSL. Here is we're gonna secure our domain server, and then restart as usual. Then type the HTTPS. It still have the error because it's not certified yet, so we're gonna do a manual certified, which is we need to install the certboard. Click yes, and then there you go. And certboard cert only to certify our website domain. This is how you gonna, it's like a help book manual, I don't know. And then select second, which is place file in web root directory, and enter our email address to have the email sent to us when we need it, and enter the domain name Fatina engineer, and then yeah, web root where you put your file of the index, yeah, and then there you go. And copy paste the chain, I mean etc like script live blah blah blah, and the let's encrypt ref brief key. That is the most important thing that we're gonna do after this. And I paste on my sticky note because I always forgot about it, so just let's be safe. And nano, not nano here, but goes back to sites enable ls, and we're gonna find the default SSL, which is the port 443. And when we're gonna go there, we're gonna nano default SSL. Yep, we're gonna editing here. Yeah, this is where we're gonna paste thing that we copy just now. And paste. Excuse me. Okay, here you're gonna edit. I'm just like although it's a risk if you type it because you might have a typo that you don't realize. Yeah, brief key actually. There you go. and then it says it can't unable to subscribe. No, it says an error here, service failed because of blah blah blah. And then here I realized that I have made a mistake in the default SSL. Here you got the type, the error, and exit and goes back to the default and search for the mistake that you have done. And then here I forgot the nocta. Yep. And then restart it back, and then yep, you're done. And then now you refresh, and it doesn't have any more error. Now we go to Tiny File Manager for our website. We goes to raw file, manager file PHP, and goes to raw and copies the link to download it. CD and goes to our file bar, directory bar, and widget, paste the link. WJet is not widget. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. And then yep, you're done. You're gonna have it. And slash go to tiny file manager, and there you go, it's our work. And enter admin as username, password, admin alias 123. Then there you go, you have the file manager, and it's easier for you to upload your file that gonna need it later on. And then I'm gonna download my file. Yep, as usual, I just copy paste everything that needed based on my lab tree, just copy paste everything and download it back, since this is a requirement in the report. And then upload it here. Just drag and drop the file. Yep, it worked. Okay, try it again, because yeah, sometimes it has something wrong you don't realize. In him, yes, you need to change the owner. So you need churn -r www data and change the owner, so it's easier for you to upload just based on the tiny file manager. And then upload it again, and you looks, it's already changed it, the owner. So upload another file, it doesn't work, just try it again and refresh back. Yep, there you go, you already have it. Goes to nano, it is PHP 7.4. No, not this one. Yep, goes in here. Oh, we're gonna change the file size because we need, most of file is actually big than and you don't know how much. So change the upload max file size into 200 M, and max file uploads, how much you gonna upload at once. Just set it up high so you won't bother to change it later on. and then goes to postmake, which is we need to change it into 200 m also, so you don't have a problem later on in the future also. So better watch out, and don't forget the m. This is important, so it won't have error. Then you are done, and try to upload anything that bigger. And I try, but it does, I don't know why. It's not like I don't change it. Maybe I forgot to restart it actually, maybe. Or it just says try again and try again. Yeah. So I just try anything, and then when I try it, I delete it back. I don't know why I deleted. Oh yeah. Oh, here I'm gonna do, because my XML file can't be found. So I need to install module for XML and restart so that I can view the XML file. So goes to php slash php, and then it's what, there you go, it's what with I'll cut it because it's too long to be viewed. I put it in a folder so it's easier and it doesn't mix with any file. Tried it again. I mean, just I want to show the requirement that needed in this report. It doesn't find the tree because it goes to folder or file, and I just, because it has something for the spaces, right? So it's gonna be test.php slash lab percent 203. You just have your own number for spaces. Yeah, it doesn't, because it doesn't work that way. Okay. Here is my example of in FIK hosting. So I just copy paste it and then slash test.php. This is the folder that I've made it in my own server. Yep, it works. And then to test the RSS, I try the news slash warf. This is how I did in the lab tree, but it doesn't work that way. I don't know why. Maybe I have something wrong with the URL. So I just made it as usual, just like question mark limit equal to 5, and yes, it's worked that way. And then now we're gonna do the second domain, and I'll choose Fatinatul, which is the free one, ddscheme.com. I'm still figuring out this, so yeah, there you go. Manage it now. And the IPv4 address, use the public IP address you set for your server, and then just copy paste on it and update the host name. You don't need to do anything else. And copy paste your second domain name so it's easier for you, just copy and paste. And then there are spaces after 3, so yeah. There you go, you're done. and then try the DDS scheme. It has error. Why? Oh, this time it goes to redirect to my first index HTML, and it's in HTTPS. It has something wrong with my default SSL. This time I'm still configuring on how to make it works actually. And then here I'm trying the second domain, and I create a new directory, but it doesn't work that way. Yep, it still does not work. So it's redirect to my first index PHP of the first domain. So I just goes to the I'm try sudo a2 SSL. It already says enable. So I am discuss with my friends on how to make it work for the second domain, and for the second domain to be work on the same server even though we host a lot of it. Here I found the Google helping. Yeah. So I just follow the references. So I just sudo clear I create a new directories. So I just copy, yep, change it based on your needs, and use churn to grant the permissions. So later on you don't have the problem for it. On the pages, and then create, since it the requirement just need a simple HTML index. So yeah, in here I made a mistake, which is I use index.html, but it should be public underscore HTML. So I just delete it and make a new one. This is how I'm doing. Yeah. Okay, I try it again with the correct command and correct directory. I made a typo there. And then there you go. Doing it back. And just follow the references and correct the index. Okay, now I'll be doing this. When it comes to 52nd web pages, but it doesn't out there, so just fighting everyone. Okay, now I'm done with it, just for simple hide. And then it is second side. Okay, how to create the virtual host file goes, as usual, goes to sites available and directly goes to 00 default configuration. Type your DNS scheme, I mean the domain name. Just goes there and change it based on your need, just like I've done for the first one. So I just set up the server admin and the common root and the server name. Don't forget, the server name is important. Just paste your domain name and server alias, your server name also, and then the common root where you put your file. This is most important, where it's going to be redirect. I mean, where it goes. And then I'm done with the ops. save and exit. Then when done, and then try to, yep. Okay, I already decided. It's very important to decide so it won't goes back to the HTTPS. It just goes to HTTP. I mean, yeah, so that it won't cause you a problem. And you're done, and it says, this time I'm still configuring and it doesn't work because it still redirect to my first index PHP in the first domain. So yep, you're doing the second SSL for your second domain for the authentication security. Okay, enter your domain name, choose second and enter your domain name. Obtaining a new certificate and put your directory file. Use the var www your domain name. Where is my I follow this now. I mean where you put your directory, it is very important because that is where it's gonna access. Yep, just copy paste it and change to your domain name. And then public HTML. Yep, that's correct way. That is the correct directory already. And then it's going to, okay, you're done, congratulations. And you need to copy paste the chain and the private key.pem and try it, and it's still showing the same error. Actually, I don't know, can I call it error? But the HTTP already okay, but the HTTPS still doesn't work. And yeah, because I'm still configuring it. Don't forget to copy and paste all the time. Okay, this is where we're gonna configure how to make it work for both domain. Goes to sites enable or and this is where I'm configuring it. Which one should I change? Either in the domain config, the vanity DNS key, or the default SSL. Since I'm going to make it HTTP, I should configure it in default SSL. Then yep, this I'm not sure where should I change it, since this is for the first domain and I don't want to make a mistake that might gonna ruin all of it, and I'm still configuring it. I'm still thinking and discuss with my friends and configure it on my own. Okay, I'm gonna enter to the fatinato.config and thinking where should I put my, or how to virtual host another one and make it goes to index.html that I've made it for the second domain. So I just goes back and I'm still configuring and I still can't find it actually. And yeah, just Google everything you don't know. You're gonna find it later on. You do just try it first. Yes, and here I found a website that can help me. So I just goes to my second domain configuration and just follow the website which I'll be added the directory inside the ddnskin.com configuration. It is important to not make a simple mistake. I mean, yeah, just follow the command option indexes for those same links and allow override all and require granted. This is where we allow the grant permission. Yep, the permission. And don't forget to close the directory and check all the words either correct or not. You just don't want to make a typo. And put another tag which is if module mod directory, which is I mean it can access any file in the directory, any type of file actually. Just follow the references. I guess it depends on how you configure which one better for you because not everyone doing the same thing based on your laptop or whatever it is. Just find a good answer for your own and check it based on your preferences. And then I'm done in here. Yep. And then check it again. I'm done for this. Save and exit. And now I'm still thinking how to redirect make it HTTP for the second domain to activate the SSL. And I just follow it, the configuration. Goes back in there and it's already enabled. And of course, every time you done that, you need to restart your Apache. You might just using the usual service Apache to restart actually. Okay, I'm done here and I try it again. I mean type HTTPS and your second domain. Yep, it still doesn't work. And and I'm still thinking where should I change it, or where should I configure the error. I don't know, is it an error or just a mistake in the directory? I think it's just a place directory fault that I've mistaken. And I'm still trying or check things that I might forgot. This time there's a lot of things that I'm trying to understand on how to do it for the page redirect to the second domain file, which is the index HTML, not the index PHP for the first domain. I'm still trying and discuss with my friends. Everyone has their own ways to configure things, and now this is the next day I'm done it. So yep, open your booty, log in as the user that you made, and yeah, enter as root. Don't forget about it. I forgot my password. Okay, goes to that and goes to itu siapa change ni. Goes to our sites available, and Nano default SSID is where we're gonna configure the secure one. Okay, here I forgot to put the server name, so I need to add a new server name. Change the document root that I've been trying the day before, and I try it again, but this time I made a lot of mistake. I mean, you change it based on what you have learned or where it needs. And then here, actually this one no need to be changed because I'm confused it with the another file that, yeah, this time I just forgot about it. I made a mistake, and yeah, I just remade it again. Include the server name. So I'm doing for the second domain first, and just paste and this one for the second domain. I'm still trying to configure how should I do for both domain and trying to understand. I just bookmark the yep bookmark the last website that I've searching for and check it whether I need to change anything there or not. And actually you don't have to change in the default SSL, only in the second domain name configuration actually. Okay, it's cold for the second. Yeah, I mean I made a mistake here. It shouldn't be deleted. Should not be deleted at all. I'm still confusing. Okay, so I just control Z because I don't want the file I've modified change. So I just control Z and then re-enter it back. And then here we go for a third or fourth time I've been trying since 9. And yep, I tried to copy, but I don't know how actually. So yep, they just start. I mean, uh, I try it again. Server name, the second domain name, and then copy paste it to somewhere that you can copy later on. So yep, I just copy. Actually, I want to copy overall, but the comment things are not important. Okay, paste on the sticky note. paste it so I don't have to type or write. The commenting, you just don't have to copy the comment actually. You can just delete it because it's just an instruction or reminder that you might need later on. I don't know. Okay, copy paste everything that you might need. Yeah, no, there is a need, is a must. So yeah, return host. Alright, there we are done. And just to add another domain, just put another tag of virtual host actually. I reach out to my friends and ask him on how to add, and I just configure this is the way to do it. Okay, change to the first domain that I've done before and change the command root where I put my file. So index.php and no HTML, the root directory root file. So it goes to that file and it's going to redirect to the index.php that I've done in that directory. So copy paste the thing that you have copied before just to be safe. Yep. And paste. And then check it back either you have done the correct thing or not. Is there a mistake or typo or yep, anything? Oh, change back the domain into first domain. Now in this nano default -ssl the dot configuration, you're gonna have two virtual hosts in one server. So let's try it out. I'm checking the second domain configuration, whether I should change it or anything. But yep, I don't have to, just leave it as it is because I already followed the references and it might work. I'm just taking it back and there isn't anything for me to do it or change it. And then yep, I'm okay. And then exit and restart the Apache as usual. You don't have to do the system setting actually, you just service Apache to restart. To restart the Apache is a must every time you change something. Actually, I don't have to open the XAMPP because I confused with something else before. Okay, just whatever about that. Now, we are going to see either it's work or not for the both domain. I'm trying HTTPS for the second domain first, and yes, it doesn't have error and it worked. And the first domain, and yep, it's done and worked. Thank you for listening. I'm done.